In this video, I am going to provide you with a few ideas of things that might help you out and a few problems you could run into when trying to create a stronger post for some type of an exterior stairway that might be going up to a deck or a landing. Now, I have came to plenty of stairways where they just simply attach a post down to the concrete with a small base, maybe a standoff base plate. Maybe they, put a strap across here to tighten it in, or maybe even a framing anchor. And whatever they do, it creates a weak post, a handrail that you can actually move. Some of these I've seen them where you can move them about 6 or 7 inches in either direction. They're brutal, Now, is this going to be a really big problem? I don't know. If nobody ever falls down the stairway or puts any pressure on it, then I would say no. The building inspector, however, is probably going to think a little differently. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first problem you could run into, and that would be the position of the base hardware. And you can see here where if you have it in this direction, you could have a problem. You might have to notch your stringer around it. You're not going to be able to drill a hole through it. But if we rotate it 90 degrees and put it in this position, then you can see here where we'd be able to drill a hole through it and provide a stronger connection for the post and the stringer. Now, I also need to point out that the corners of the stair stringers can break off. If you think about it, the grain of the wood is running in this direction, and that's usually where it cracks. And I can't tell you how many of the stair stringer tips I have broke off, and I just simply nail them back on. When I was doing a lot of track work, I just nailed them back on, and that was the end of it. But as we use the corner of the stair stringer, you need to be aware of this. If you take and you move this all the way to the top here, and you put enough pressure on this thing, even if you have your treads and risers nailed to it or screwed attached to the stringer, you can actually break it. It's a weak point that you need to be aware of when you are thinking about installing your post, the lower post for your deck stairs. And you can also see that the bolt isn't centered. It's off a little bit to so that it can connect to the stringer. So let's go ahead and put our treads and risers back on to give you an idea why I located the post, or both of the posts in these areas, and that was to make sure that they lined up with the tread, or the riser, front of the tread. And you can locate these posts wherever you want to. I'm just giving you an idea of what it would look like if you lined it up with the first riser or the bottom step. In our next example, I'm going to go ahead and rotate the base plate here 90 degrees so that it is just like this one here, and we can drill a bolt or a hole through all of the stringers and the post so that we can run an all thread through there. And don't forget, your all threads come in different sizes, and you can use connectors to screw them together. So if all you have are 2-foot all threads, you can get a couple of them and use the connectors to fasten them together and make them as long as you want to. And again, this is a simple and easy method that you can use. Is it going to create the strongest post support? No, it's not, but it's going to be stronger than the one we just looked at. And of course, another thing you need to take into consideration with this type of design will to make sure that the bolts do not interfere with each other. Just another thing on the long list of things to keep in mind, possible problems that you could have. If you could just imagine the bolts here being a little lower, or this needed to be a little higher, and you're like, perfect, I'm going to pre-drill my stringers, and you're like, oh no, that's not going to work. And of course, you could always do something like this: line all the stringers up, stack them on top of each other, and drill a hole through all 4 of them at once. That would be an easy way to do that. Just make sure that the holes or the bolts aren't going to create a problem. Let's go ahead and put the post back on there. Give you another view of it there. Next up on the list, 2 more examples. One where you're going to have a shorter all thread and a block. You're going to be using 2 of the stringers. Same method, just a shorter. You're not going to have something running all the way through. And of course a heavy duty angle bracket. And you might have to have something made if you can't. This one here has another section added to it to create a little more strength. If you just take and get a lightweight angle bracket, you know, when you put some pressure on this, it's gonna move. So heavy duty would be the key there. And of course using the bolts, trying to get them spaced as high as you possibly can for the most support. And of course an example of what we're doing here, stopping the all thread a little shorter, putting a block in here to provide us with a little more stability, create a stronger section. And here you can see where we are going through the 2 stringers. So this right here is going to be a nice support. And I've actually seen them do stuff like this with hold downs. And I might make another video on that, show you how that is done. I'm not going to use that in this video. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as good as moving the post back a little bit. But again, it's what type of design you're looking at. If an architect comes in and says, hey, I want the post right here, you're not going to have a lot to work with. And of course, here's what I'm talking about, moving the post back a little bit so that you can use more of the stringer. You know, you have more to work with instead of this little space of 4 or 5 inches. You know, if you have a 6-inch riser, something like this is going to be 4.5 inches. That's not going to be a lot to work with. Even if it's 7 inches, you're still looking at 5.5 inches for this. So this, move the post back. You can double block it on each side with something like this. And again, you can see where you can run the handrail, top of the board, through. It's going to be like a cantilever. This post is going to provide you with a stronger handrail, something that's not going to move as much. And it's going to cantilever over here and pick this post up. Now you can always add something to provide a connection to make this a little bit stronger. But if we don't use this and we just use this one here, and we can bolt it however we want to together, there's a good chance you're still going to be able to move this. When I go up a little further like this, and I have more of the stair stringer to bolt it to, it's going to be a lot stronger. So this would be the way I would build something like this. If I needed it to be strong and I wasn't involved with some type of a designer. You know, you can make your suggestion to an architect or a designer, but they might not want it. They might not. This does not look that attractive to have a post back, you know, a foot or 16 inches, something like that, and then having another post in front of it. It doesn't look as good as having a post at each end and then all of your balusters in between. And here we can see where we just simply bolted the post to the stringer. And you're going to get your strength. It's not just in the stringer. Once you nail your treads and risers to the stringer, you're going to get a little more strength out of it. So you can just bolt it. You don't got to go with the all threads. You don't got to tie to the other stringer. And then, of course, bolt the bottom to the post also to get something a little stronger. Give you an idea what the post base looks like. I'm also going to show you what a standoff plate would look like. So again, pay attention to what I did here. I'm using the 2x4 for the treated, and I'm extending it past. And it's working fine for the back. So instead of having a base connector, I just went ahead and ran the treated past. And this one here doesn't look as good. It's a little off. So, but pay attention. I'm going to fix that here in a second. So this one right here, it's back because it's even with the front of the stringer. But we can solve that problem by moving the treated forward. And then we're going to set our riser on top of it instead of in front of it. So again, we're redesigning the handrail system, the stairs, so that the post can sit on top of the treated. So both of these are running through and lining up with everything. And you have your angle bracket here. And of course, before we had the angle bracket on top of the treated. Here we have it moved over a little bit, but something like this is still functional, still could work. Same situation here. Moved it forward, give you an idea. The post is in the same spot as it was before. Bolted in. And here's our standoff base plate. So a lot of people use these. I like using them too, but I wanted to throw it in here, give you an idea of what it would look like if you didn't want to run the treated through and use a standoff plate. And this could be a problem depending on how much rain and snow you get. You might want to use a standoff plate, or you might want to use the base plates or base connectors, the heavy duty ones, instead of running the treated lumber through, so you don't have to worry about stuff rotten and deteriorating, stuff like that. So again, these are just suggestions. Let's go ahead and put the treads and risers back on to give you an idea how it sits on top of the treated. You know, if you don't like this look, you're not going to do it, obviously. Going to have to choose one of the other methods. But here we can see where the riser still lines up, even with the front of the post, just sits on top of the treated. Now, another thing I want to point out is that you can always use thicker handrails, the top plates. And here I have a 4x4. You can always use a 3x4. But if you're looking for a little more strength, and maybe you're going to move this back a little further to create something, because you just don't have enough, lumber to attach it to. You got to move it back to the third string or something like that. Then maybe a 3x4. And you could always shape it. You could router the top or put some shaping in it, but you're going to have a stronger board than a 2x4 when you go to a 3x4. And of course, a 4x4 would be stronger than a 3x4. For something else, just another idea of something that might provide you with a stronger handrail. Now, that's it for this video. If I do make another one, and I am pretty sure I'm going to make one eventually, I will put a link here to it and give you a few more ideas. There are a lot of different ways you can connect the bottom of these posts to the stairs to make them stronger. It's just some of them don't seem to work as well as others.